It's the old Thursday loopies.
It's normal. They're used to it, aren't they?
I hope so by now.
I'm like,
hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. We are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
How are you, Auntie?
Auntie. Dandy.
That's a new one.
I know. I tried.
Dandy Auntie.
Yep.
Auntie, not Auntie. Jesus
How are
Christ.
you, Lady J?
I'm groovy, baby.
Groovy.
I'm groovy, and the fantasy sequences between Ruthie and Martin in this episode
dude.
are also very groovy.
They are very.
I am here for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I loved all of them.
They were so good.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think I've said this enough yet on this podcast. Goddamn Tyler Hoechlin, however the fuck you say his name. The boy can act. When he is doing things on screen,
Yeah.
you're feeling them, man.
Yeah.
Like he's like legit acting. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of him. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Not to mention he's so hot.
Yeah. He's beautiful.
I need to know, I think we talked about this though. Is he our age?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay for me to say he's hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was his age on the show, even though he was 18 or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Like we were the same age. So like it's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Copacetic.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So this is episode 1015, titled Love and Obsession.
Ooh.
The Amazon Prime spoilie is the Camdens celebrate Valentine's Day. So it's another like classic Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah.
And then the DVD description is Lucy and Kevin get their signals crossed on Valentine's Day. Ruthie learns about heartache from an expert. And the twins want a store-bought cake for their birthday.
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
Sounds good.
I don't know why they're so fucking adamant about this store-bought cake this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't quite understand what that's about. If it's like supposed to be a metaphor for something.
It's
really
really they don't
just
need mama? What?
I mean, it's really just a catalyst, right?
Yeah.
For Annie to feel insecure about her relationship with her sons. And then very quickly, it's like, it's not even about the twins, it's about Simon.
Yeah.
I did want to start this conversation off by saying this is the most Annie's had to do all season.
This is true.
For whatever reason, Annie hasn't had any story this season. She hasn't carried any plots. She hasn't been involved with anything. She's just sort of been there.
Yeah.
And finally, we're back to normal Annie form where she's thinking and yelling and feeling things and expressing herself. And I'm like, I missed this fucking character, man. Like,
It's true.
I missed her presence.
Yeah.
On the screen.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It was nice. Like it felt like a warm blanket that you put back on to like get all cozy under. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where do we begin? Like, ugh. Okay, let's talk about Lucy and Kevin. So it's Valentine's Day. We know that they're trying for a baby.
Yeah.
All good, whatever. He approaches her with the thought of like, hey, it's the anniversary of when I proposed to you.
Yeah.
Which that was like, what, 3 years ago at this point?
Yeah.
Probably, right? So it's the anniversary of when I proposed to you. What do you say we go back to the same place and, you know, make that a memory or whatever? And she's all, yes, into it, cool.
Yeah.
And then we see her calling Mary and asking for advice.
Yeah, on what to wear.
Because she wants to like, you know, slut it up a little bit and like surprise him.
Yeah.
You know? So then we see Kevin inviting Eric and Annie to dinner with the whole family, like the twins and Ruthie and everybody. And then we see him inviting Rose and Simon.
Worst mistake.
And so poor Lucy has no clue.
Yep.
She's trying to slut it up, but her full family's going to be there. Annie has no clue that Rose and Simon have been invited.
Yeah.
It's all a comedy of errors. It's all like, wires being crossed and nobody being on the same page.
Typical
The snow globe. I love how snow globe has become synonymous for like the shit show that is the show. It's funny how things like that just develop naturally, right? Like it started because we were talking about how the town is a snow globe, and now we're just using snow globe as the shorthand for things. Anyway, so I totally lost my train of thought because now I'm all in my head.
So
let's talk about Annie, because again, I can't stress this enough. Annie's the star of this episode.
She really is.
For sure. So the twins, it's their birthday. If it's Valentine's Day, it's the twins' birthday. And she does that thing of like, oh, so what cake am I making for you guys this year? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like just the routine that they've developed over the last 6 years or whatever. Yeah. I can't believe it's been that long that the twins have been around anyway. If not longer, I think there's 7 this year, right? I think there's 7
Were
this
they born the 3rd season?
I think they were born in the 2nd season.
Jesus.
Which then, you'd subtract 1 and whatever, right? I think there's 7. Anyway,
that's when Big Lips happened? I'm like, that's when Big Lips happened?
Oof. So maybe season 3 then? Whatever. Okay. So... fucking Big Lips. Oh my God. So the twins are like, we want the store-bought ice cream cake this year. And she's like, oh, you want ice cream cake? Like, I can do that, no problem. It's easy. Layer of vanilla thing. Yeah. Like, she's like, I got this. And they're like, no, we want the one from the store. And so she shuts down. The twins like leave the dinner table or whatever.
Yeah.
And Eric's and Annie's like, you could have fucking spoke up, like, to Eric, you know? And Eric's so fucking oblivious, like he has no clue what she's even talking about. And he's like, okay, so we got the store-bought cake, like, who cares? And she's just like, you're on my shit list too now.
Yeah.
So Eric's trying to talk to Ruthie, because what's happening with Ruthie, we alluded to it a minute ago, but I think there's 3 times, right, throughout the episode, like
twice in her backyard, right, and one
at the dinner later, but I was gonna say I think it's like once per act, essentially, like it's like, or once per every 12 minutes or so, right, in the 44 minutes of the episode. So she's having these like vision fantasy things where Martin comes up to her and is like, I love you, I want to be with you. And she's like, okay, what about Sandy? What about the baby? And like the first time it's like, oh yeah, the baby's not mine. We did a paternity test. I'm free. I'm yours. I want to be with you.
But Ruthie's fucking savage. She put the baby on Simon in that fantasy.
I know.
She's fucking savage. I love it.
So whose is it? And Martin casually is like, Simon's.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Ruthie, pawn it off on your brother.
I know. Well, but because listen, it's everything we've been talking about. It's totally audience surrogate shit. It's obviously what she wants to hear, but it's what the audience wants to hear too, because we're rooting for these two kids just as much as anyone. You know,
the moment it happened, I was like, "Oh, you're such assholes," because I want this to be.
It was fake immediately.
I'm like, you can't give it to me like that.
I know, it was so heartbreaking, and the first time especially, because like he just shows up in the backyard, like she's sitting out there, right, in the dark, like moping, and then he just comes through the gate and he's like, oh hey, and she's like, hey, and he's like, I'm here, I'm back, and she's like, okay, what about Sandy? And he's like, oh yeah, don't even worry about it, I'm free, I want to be with you, I love you and shit. And then they hug, like again, all in her head, and Eric has to break her out of her reverie and be like, oh, dinner's almost ready, come inside. So that's the first one. And then the second one, what happens in the second one?
Does the baby get dropped off on the doorstep? Is that what happens? Is that the second one?
Yeah, but what's really happening? I mean, I know she's sitting outside in the backyard, but Eric again breaks up her reverie. To tell her what? Like, we gotta go or something? I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. whatever.
I mean, ultimately, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that one, once again, he shows up in the backyard, comes through the gate, sits down, and this time, again, he loves her. He wants to be with her, but when she goes like, what about the baby? He's like, or what about Sandy or whatever? He's like, yeah, she just up and left and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this baby, but like, whatever, like we'll figure it out together because like, we're gonna be a team and like, you'll help me raise this baby. Right. And like, she's like, but I'm only 16. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, come on, we love each other. And it's a little more like creepy, that one. Like, it's a little more like dark in terms of fantasy, like where it's almost like her rational self being like, okay, you're stupid if you think this is going to work out because what are you going to be, the stepmom to this baby? Like really, realistically or whatever. And then once again, Eric breaks her out of her reverie and it's like sad, Yeah. And then the last one is at dinner. So through a series of events, which we'll get to, the dinner ends up not happening.
Yeah.
But the table's been set for 10 people and entrees have been placed in front of everybody. So Ruthie's just alone at this like table for 10, like eating her dinner. And it's really sad.
Poor thing.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
And then once again, Martin shows up at the dinner and
dressed up
all to the nines. And he like declares his love for her definitively, like flat out tells her like, I love you. I've always loved you. Like, I want to be with you. And once again, Eric breaks her out of her reverie. But this time, he tells her, like, he goes, we like dinner's over. Like, we got to go home. And why don't you leave Martin here too?
Yeah.
Because like he realizes that she's been like La La Land, fantasizing about him, I guess, or whatever. And I'm going to cry thinking about it now. Like, I don't know, man. Ruthie, what's her name? Mackenzie Rosman, acting her fucking face off in this scene. Like, she looks at this empty chair where he was sitting a moment ago in her head,
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And like, whatever. And like gets up and like leaves. And oof. Yeah. It's rough. Like, this girl is like, so in love with him. I feel for her, man. I don't know how she's ever gonna get over him. Like, because he's just gonna keep creeping, man. He's just gonna keep creeping into her thoughts like this. She's never gonna stop fantasizing about him because she loves him. Yeah. And I mean, we've been through this enough times, or I should say, I've been through this enough times to know, like, the quickest way to get over someone is to get under someone else. You know what I mean? Like, which is the funny way of basically saying, like, meet someone new and then you place their feelings onto that person. You get over the old guy, kind of thing. But she's not in a place to do that. She's not trying to just, like, hook up for hooking up's sake, like, and so, like, until she can meet somebody else or whatever, like, I feel like she's just gonna be stuck. And it's so heartbreaking and it's really fucking sad. Like, I don't want this for her.
It's that closure thing. I don't know. I feel like she needs that, or at least I need to see Martin and her have a conversation about this.
I know.
I need it.
I know.
I need it just as much as Ruthie does.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of unfinished things, a lot of things that have been not said.
I mean, do you feel like, so the episode where the baby comes, right?
Yeah.
They have a little bit of a moment where he's like, right? They have some kind of a moment, but it's not quite the closure I think we want or that she needs, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't feel like I got closure.
Right. Because fucking, like, the stupid thing that happened is, like, she makes him admit that he knew she had feelings for him, which we had that whole conversation, like, does he really? Did he just say that to make her happy? You know, we don't know. I think there's still a lot that needs to be hashed out between these two for it to be, like, officially, finally, forever closed book. Until then, I'm just, like, so sad for Ruthie.
Remember when Martin had a friend?
Mac, what was his Mac, right? Yeah, whatever happened to Mac?
Maybe he wouldn't have been. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Mac.
If Mac had been around,
I know,
when Martin was trying to fuck Sandy, he wouldn't have fucked Sandy.
Yeah, I really think so.
You just blew this case wide open.
Seriously, where's
Mac? And I don't think we've seen the last of him. I think we can still expect him to be around. I think, if memory serves.
Wow, I'm shocked.
I could be misremembering the IMDb page, but I feel like it's not over for Mac.
Imagine he comes back and he's the one for Ruthie. Kill me.
Ooh. Plot twist.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, T. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't think it'll happen.
I mean, I know she's not that. Yeah, because she's not into him.
Well, she's not fickle with her emotions. When she likes you, she likes you.
Right.
When she doesn't, she doesn't.
Right.
She knows.
But
who
for a hot minute, she liked Mac.
Yeah, she entertained it for like 30 seconds until that fucker decided to go for
call her his sister. Yeah.
Meanie.
Plus, Mac never hugged her and got a boner.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know what hopes I have for. Probably nothing. But I do want another talk. I need some kind of closure.
I need Martin to come back. Like, yeah, where the hell is Martin?
That too. Maybe he was auditioning for something. But like, he needs to come back.
Well, wasn't he on Heroes after this?
Was he? Is that what that?
I think he was on Heroes for a time. And it would have been around this time. So maybe you're right. Maybe he was like auditioning for something else.
Peace out.
Which, duh.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I need that closure.
Yeah.
That's it. I really need it.
Yeah.
If they have a kiss, if these two end up having something awesome, I would be shocked because at this point I don't see it.
I know. At this point now I feel like they gave us all these blue balls, right, for this relationship to happen. And then now,
so mean.
At this point, I feel like they've stripped that away. Like, I feel like for the audience's perspective, the nail is in the coffin.
Yeah, you're like, it's not happening.
Yeah. But I understand why Ruthie still needs her closure moment. But like from the audience perspective, like, I feel like I'm done. Like, I've had my closure. Like, I know it's not going to happen. So if they now make it happen on me, I'm going to be kind of pissed, actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be like, well, stop fucking with my emotions, goddammit.
Well, they keep fucking with Rose.
Ruthie's.
Yeah, with Ruthie's. And like with the whole, like, do we have to care about Rose?
It's true. They're just doing this.
And
this is the game they're playing.
Awesome to hear angry, passionate Annie.
Oh, I was going to say, Simon, we've already heard that before.
Yeah, no. Don't care about Simon's because Simon.
I know. When the shit hit the fan in this one, I was just like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, exactly. Same here.
Like, you're gonna cave. You're not gonna get married in the church. I don't give a fuck. Just stop pretending like things matter to you because they clearly don't, Simon.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so let's talk about Annie. So basically, Annie's pissed, right? Because the twins are like, we want store-bought cake. To add insult to injury, Sam gets invited. No, David gets in. God damn it. Sam gets invited on a play date that David doesn't get invited on.
Yeah.
And so they start to have this conversation. So now all of a sudden, not only is she facing a reality where her boys are growing up, they no longer want their like homemade mommy cake, right? Now all of a sudden she's facing the reality that like, not only are they growing up, but they're growing into separate individuals that are not necessarily going to be tied at the hip anymore. How do you feel about that? I was shocked. I was a little like appalled that Annie was so like, they shouldn't be split up. They should stay together forever. Like,
yeah. I don't, you should want them to be individuals, right? But
they have to be.
I mean, I
like,
know.
I mean, Eric said it perfectly. Like, not that I like giving Eric credit for anything, believe me, but he's like, I think, this was bound to happen. And if it's happening now, let's just deal with it. It's fine. Like, I mean, we're kidding ourselves. Like, what are they never going to be apart? They're going to do everything together all the time until in perpetuity. Like, of course, they're going to have different friends. They're going to have different lives. They're going to, things are going to happen like this. And so it's happening now. Let's deal with it, you know?
God, it's so funny. I just got this image in my head. Whenever I was at that food show thing, there were twins walking right in front of me, these two men. One was a little taller than the other. Mm-hmm. Same fucking mannerisms, same face, really the same face. There's only a height difference. And they walk together like in unison, and when they're leaning into each other to tell each other something, they have the same tics.
They're like a mirror image of each other.
So I'm just like fascinated, and I was like this, and then everybody's like, "Did you just fall in love?" I'm like, "Look at the twins over there."
And like it's a zoo.
I couldn't help it. Like they were just really cute, and they're really tall. Like these guys were tall, so it's like they're just gonna catch your attention the moment they walk by.
Yeah,
and they were super fucking cute also, but they were just. They were so friendly that you're like, can you put me in your backpack and take me with you? Because they had a backpack on, both of them. I don't know. It's just,
were they dressed the same? That would kill me.
Not necessarily. They had the same backpack, different color backpack.
Okay.
Clothes aren't even the same. It's just their mannerisms are so similar that it was scary.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking like it would be like too weird if they were wearing the same clothes.
Yeah,
that would be like that's a problem.
You're like, no, you have a problem. Unless it's a gimmick and you're trying to get something.
Maybe, if that's their whole deal, is if their whole shtick is like, we're twins, maybe, but
whatever,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just so funny. I'm like,
that's funny. Well, right. So then I think Eric deals with this whole twin thing very equitably.
I think so.
In the most elegant solution, right? Like he explains it to them like, so we're going to go to school. When I pick you guys up, we're going to drop Sam off at his play date. And David, you and I are going to go get ice cream. We're going to hang out and we'll pick Sam up and we'll come home. Like super chill, right? Like not making a big deal. Don't give him a complex about it. Just this is how it's going to go down. Prep them ahead of time, whatever.
The other twin ain't having it.
Dude, fucking Sam loses his shit over it. He's like, when's it going to be my turn to have a time with just you and me? Like, what's that going to be like? And then David's like, well, this is my turn. Like, you're like, it's these fucking twins.
It's bound to happen. It's okay. And I totally have had that moment with my sibling before.
Where you're like a little jealous.
Yeah, that's totally happened. It happens, I think, with all relationships.
I guess that's true.
Or maybe, and it might be an age thing. Maybe it might be something that actually happens around. Maybe, I don't know. I wonder if there is that moment where you get possessive as a kid. And I think you do. I think you tap into that, but I'm not sure at what age.
But then it's a little dichotomous, right? Because at the same time that neither of them want to give up alone time with daddy.
Yeah.
Both of them are like, we don't want mommy's cake anymore.
Yeah.
So like, what's that about? You know what I mean? Like if it's all about being possessive and like taking ownership or whatever, then you'd think like they would like hang on tighter.
Yeah.
As opposed to like trying to loosen the apron strings a little bit, you know?
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
But I love though that Annie catches on right away. Like I love that she knows her boys, she knows their MO, and like when Eric tells her the solution he's come up with, she's like, Sam wouldn't be happy about that, was he? Like she knows that it's going to be a whole problem now. That these two are not going to be happy with each other because they each got something the other didn't, and whatever. But again, you could argue that maybe that's their fault. Maybe that's Annie's fault for constantly like pairing them up all the time, you know what I mean? As opposed to treating them as individuals.
True.
So that they have identities as their own people, as opposed to just as twins. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess that's tough though, right? Like, I don't want to blame her as a parent. I don't know that it's any parent's fault. Like, you can't help it. Like, you're raising them at the same exact time. Like, they're
how are they not going to do anything and everything together?
Exactly. Like, what are you going to do? Like, just like separate your time and like, like how, like, you can't do that. Like, they're babies at the same time. They're doing everything at the same time. So you raise them together and then, it's hard. I can only imagine it's tough, like for anybody, but then they whatever, they work it out somehow. They get over it. The twins, that is.
Yeah.
And then Annie. So, excuse me. This is how bored I am now. I'm kidding. I'll just cut that out. So Annie realizes that it's really not even about the twins. It's more about the fact that she's like upset.
Yeah. That they're passing up on her cake.
No, like all that is just like the symptom, because the real problem she's having is that Simon is going down a path that she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no one's happy with it.
You don't want Simon to marry Rose either, admit it.
Well, it doesn't really matter what we want. What matters is what he wants.
No. That's not what matters. What matters is that he wants the wrong thing.
There's nothing we can do about that. And, as much as we like to think we know what's right and wrong here, maybe we don't.
We have got to stop this wedding.
Annie, there are some decisions that we just can't make for our children, and this is one of them. Now, we've tried talking to Simon over and over and over again. It hasn't worked.
Well, then maybe we should try talking to Rose.
Oh, and get her to call off the wedding? You don't think it might forever alienate our son from us if we did that?
He'll get over it. Please, don't let this wedding happen, please. I really, really don't like Rose. I like most people. I don't like Rose. I can't help it.
Which is an interesting concept, right? Like, that idea sort of becomes the thesis, for the episode. This idea that that she can't help it, that how she feels about Rose, right?
Yeah.
And Eric's whole thing is that you can, that we choose how we feel, and we make decisions to feel good or feel bad or feel sad or hate or whatever.
Yeah.
From moment to moment about any situation or about any one person or whatever.
All right.
I don't know. I think this is also a recurring theme of the season.
Yeah.
If we look back at previous episodes this season, particularly when it comes to Ruthie, but I think in this episode it's just across the board, right?
Yeah.
Like we see it with Annie, we see it with Ruthie, we see it with the twins. Like he imparts to them like you could choose to hate your brother because he got a time with me and you didn't, or because he got a date and you didn't, or whatever. Or you could just choose to love each other because you're brothers and that's never going to change. And like, who cares? You know? And I don't know. I think the more they deal with this topic on the show, the more I'm inclined to agree with Eric.
Well, yeah.
Because I kind of believe that. I think that's true. Like, I think that it's really like our feelings are really just a state of mind, and like we can choose to rise above certain emotions and not let them get the better of us.
It's true. But also you're just going to have to deal with her at this point. That's it. That's the reality.
Oh, yeah. In the tangible sense. Yeah. And that's true too. And that's what he's saying. He's like, we can't make decisions for him. Like, we've tried talking to him. We've tried imparting wisdom to him. That's the best we can do. You're just going to have to get over it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like her. This is the thing, is like, I think the problem is like Annie's in a tough spot because she's not going to like Rose. Fine. You don't actually have to like her is the thing.
Yeah.
Like Simon's gonna marry her no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether you like her or not. You know what I mean? So who's gonna suffer? You're gonna suffer.
Yeah.
To Annie as one of, like Annie's gonna suffer because not only is she gonna hate Rose, she's gonna, her son's gonna do the things she doesn't want him to do and all these things, where she could just choose to approach it like, I love my son.
Yeah.
I'm going to care about him and I'm going to care for her and for them. And I'm going to put my best thoughts into the universe for them.
Yeah.
And, just hope for the best and want the best.
Yeah.
True. That's really, I think, where her energy should be spent now. And I feel like that's what Eric's trying to get her to do or understand. Like you're wasting your energy and your own heartache.
It's true.
hating Rose or thinking about how to break them up or how to end this marriage and whatever. It's like, we're past that.
Yeah.
We're past that point. Now you got to focus your energies on how are you going to be okay and how are you going to get through the day?
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
I don't know. Which is not to say I'm on the Rose train all of a sudden. I'm still on the side. As an audience member, I get to hate Rose all I want.
Yeah.
But from a character perspective, like, if these are real people,
Yeah.
my advice to Annie is, like, get over it because it's not going anywhere.
Seriously.
You know?
He made his bed and he wants.
That's right.
And he really wants to lie in it.
He's right. I mean, he's not even. He not only he made his bed, but he's blind to all the fucking lumps in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like.
Doesn't seem to bother him.
No, he's gonna sleep with all the peas under his mattress because that's what he wants to do. So let him. Just love him. Just love him and just be there for him. When the pieces inevitably fall and he's on the ground and he's got nowhere to go, you need to be there, and that's what's gonna count.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's gonna matter. I mean, Sandy said it best to Martin for 4 episodes or however many episodes ago, and she's like, forgiveness is everything.
Yeah, it's true.
You know? So then it all sort of comes to a head at this dinner thing, right? So everybody shows up to this dinner. Lucy's all slutty, which
she's not.
She's just wearing a cocktail dress and her hair's done up. Like,
yeah, she's
whatever.
Wearing boots. Her dress is shorter than usual.
Yeah,
maybe?
it's not to her knees. Like, who gives a fuck?
And a V-neck. Not a V-neck.
It's a cocktail dress. It's a little black dress.
Yeah.
Who cares, dude?
I love Daddy.
It's no more or less risque than her prom dress that one time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Where she was all tits McGee and we were like, damn, Luce, you know? It's no different than that. Like, really?
Gosh, that was a hot outfit.
It was.
Yeah, I forgot. But I love Annie in that moment.
I know, when she comes up and she's like, you are so my daughter.
I loved it so much.
I love that moment too. Yeah. It's such a sweet little moment. And then how Lucy just like rests her head on her shoulder and they're just like, ugh, Rose, right?
Yeah. Still goes back to her. God, I hate her.
And Lucy's just like, I know. I think we just kind of have to get over it. And Annie's like, yeah, I guess. Like, it's this really sweet mother-daughter moment, you know? Very cute. And then, of course, Rose comes up. She's a fucking...
You know, she can't help
nightmare.
it. Her wedding is coming up. And so
she wanted to see what the rooms look like.
Yeah.
And then I love how Lucy's like, cool, they're nice. Take a look. I'm going back downstairs. Bye.
Yeah.
And just leaves Annie there with her. And so listen, to Annie's credit, she puts her best foot forward here.
Yeah, she does.
She is just like, okay, this is my moment. This is my chance. Let me exercise the lesson I've learned, right? Yeah. And they sit down and Rose starts, again, to Rose's credit, I think, candid conversation, right? Like, she admits that she worries sometimes because she knows that she's not the Camdens' biggest fan, or vice versa, that the Camdens are not her biggest fan. And so she's concerned that because of that, Simon might end up backing out of the wedding.
Yeah.
Even though I know that I love him and I know that he loves me, I know that you guys don't love me. So that gives me cause for concern, you know? Which she didn't have to say that out loud. And I feel like the fact that she did is an indicator of like the honesty and the openness that is being shared between the two of them in this moment, you know? And so when she says that, Annie reciprocates with, you know, like, of course, like, we love you, we love him, like, we just don't know you all that well is what it is, you know? And we want to, and we're going to work on that, you know? And then they start talking about trust. Yeah. Like, somehow the topic of trust is brought up. Oh, because Rose says it. Like, Annie prompts her. She goes, I know I love Simon. I love everything about Simon. Like, why don't you tell me what it is that you love about Simon?
Oh, yeah, he's loyal,
That's
whatever.
Right. And so Rose's thing that she loves about Simon is that he's super honest all the time and he's super open, so she knows she can always trust him. And all Annie says is like, yeah, trust is really important. Like, you know, it's the most important thing in a marriage. Like, and of course you have to earn that trust. And I think if we're being honest with ourselves, like that's more like she's saying it to herself in that moment, like out loud. Like she's trying to be like, and now Rose is trying to earn my trust, so let's deal with it, like, but Rose hears that and just runs with it. And she's like, wait, are you saying I can't trust Simon? What are you trying to tell me? Yeah. Like, is it something about Sandy? She starts spiraling out of fucking control. Yeah. Thinking about this trust issue that she has with Simon all of a sudden. Which says volumes about her more than anything else. Yeah. Okay. Like, all it took was the word trust for you to spiral and lose control and lose your mind over potentially not being able to trust Simon. Turn that mirror on yourself, Rose, Yeah. So cut to Annie's like running down the stairs. She's like, we gotta go. And like, she's like, sorry, Simon, in advance. I don't know what's about to happen, but it's not gonna be good. Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
She's like carrying Savannah, like has a baby. Don't hit me.
Like they're bouncing. And then Rose comes downstairs and it's like, we're leaving. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like, we don't know how that's gonna, I think next episode we'll probably see the aftermath of that. But basically it ends with like everybody just like leaving the restaurant in a shambles. Yeah. Like, and then Lucy being like, let's go upstairs, like to Kevin being like, well, we have a room and not doing dinner, so let's do this. So that's definitely happening. And like,
but we do have
we didn't talk about June Squibb at all.
Ruthie's job.
Right. So once again, because Eric is clued in to the fact that Ruthie is not yet over Martin and whatever, he knows about Mrs. Rushak, whatever her name is. Yeah. The trivia called her Rusnak, but that's not right because they call her Rushak or whatever. Okay. Anyway, who cares? It's played by June Squibb. That's all I need to know. Who's a very young June Squibb. Yeah. Like, it's not even that long ago. It was like, what, like 20 years ago, this episode? Not even 10 years ago, this episode-ish?
Yeah.
And she looks like she's 20 years younger.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, she's very young. Not very young, but younger. Like, she looks younger. Anyway. So Eric hooks up Ruthie with a job. Miss Rushak is supposedly in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And
needs
it's like a new wheelchair that she's not used to, and so she's afraid like if she takes it out on the streets, like she might like lose control or something. So she wants Ruthie to like walk with her around the block, like pretty once a day or whatever. Yeah, and she'll pay $10 a day, 5 days a week. And Ruthie's like, okay, fine, I can do that, whatever. Like, And Eric just sort of pitches it like, you'll want the money, right? It's like $50 a week, like take it kind of thing. So she's like, okay, fine. It's not like I have anything else going on right now. Seriously. So fine. So she walks into Rushak's house and it's literally like, it's like a scene from Misery. Like, it's trippy, dude. Like wall to wall, every inch of that fucking house is covered in the same portrait of this one dude.
I'm already forgetting his name. She says it, Johnny or something
Jimmy,
like that.
Maybe. I don't know. Something with a J though.
Yeah.
I mean, wall to wall, dude. Like every inch, like there isn't a single surface that's not covered in this portrait. Yeah. Of different sizes. There's 8x10s, there's 4x6s, it's like wallet sizes. I mean, it's just everywhere.
So scary.
Very scary. And Ruthie like walks in and she's like immediately like, what have I gotten myself into? Yeah. And June Squibb's like just completely just like oblivious to it. Like like not that she's not aware that she's plastered this guy's face everywhere, but she doesn't comment on it or anything. It's just like, come in, dear, you know? Yeah. And so they start talking and commiserating about their heartaches, right? Yeah. And the problem is, well, it's not a problem. It's kind of the point, right? Is like, and the whole reason Eric orchestrated this whole thing is June Squibb's character has completely allowed herself to indulge in the fantasy of what could have been with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, never got over him.
No.
It's not even a real thing. Like, they were never even really together in the first place.
Yeah.
And she made up this whole love fantasy in her head with about him. It never got actualized, and she never moved on from it.
Yeah.
And so she's like totally just stuck in the past, and she loves being depressed about it is the crux. Like, because they're talking about Valentine's Day, and she's like, it's the worst. I hate it. I love being alone in the dark, just like sitting with my memories and da-da-da. And so she's like fully like just so far gone.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hope for her.
Heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, but heartbreaking.
Right. I mean, it's truly like just really sad to like see that. And then the message to Ruthie is like, this could be you, girl. Like,
this
if
is
you
the
don't,
rabbit hole you can get yourself into.
Like, if you don't try to get over this thing and keep indulging these fantasies and these feelings and don't close the door, you're gonna be like this.
Yeah, you'll be in the past.
You're gonna be alone. You're gonna be stuck in the past. You're gonna have Martin's face plastered all over your fucking walls, and like you're never gonna have anything fulfilling in your life because that's all you're going to be focused on forever.
Yeah. What did Ruthie say? She's like, they were discussing something about keeping pictures or letters, things like that in a shoebox, right? Mm-hmm. And Ruthie's like, oh, I have a shoebox. I'm like, that's how it all starts, man.
I know.
Starts with a shoebox.
And she goes, I had a shoebox.
Yeah.
And she's like, I had a shoebox. And then, her house is a shoebox now.
Yeah.
But the thing though is Ruthie catches on to that and still goes for it though, like, because so she's there, okay, she realizes the lesson she was meant to learn, right? And then Eric calls and is like, where are you? We were having dinner. And so as she's leaving, she like out loud says to June Squibb, like, oh, I think my dad sent me here to like learn a lesson or whatever.
Yeah.
And June Squibb's like, oh, what does he know? And she's like, yeah, what does he know? And then so she comes back the next day with her shoebox of pictures and memories, and they're all like eating chocolates and like commiserating about their lost loves together. And it's like truly so sad. Like it's props to the show. I will give the show props, like, for diving into this head first. Like, this tableau of like 16-year-old Ruthie like eating chocolates with an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Like, just like you could just see this future for her, if she doesn't shape up, kind of thing. And then Eric calls again. You got to go to dinner. So leave the house, like, let's go, lady. She leaves her box of pictures. Did you notice that?
Yeah, she did.
She leaves her shoebox with June Squibb. I wonder if that's a sign or if that's like significant in any way.
Maybe the beginning,
right? Like she was able to let it go enough, right?
I would hope so.
Like leave it behind her, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know, till the next episode, maybe.
Such a scary house.
Yeah.
Such a scary house.
Oh my God, when she's like, I colored the eyes in myself. Oh my God. Like, creepy.
I wonder whose picture this is.
I know, it's like some like stock photo.
Yeah.
Like
poor guy.
It looked like one of those like classic like army portraits, of like one of those like it's like he was probably like 18 years old or something. Like before they shipped him off, he got his portrait taken, Yeah, it's very sad. June Squibb's story is like, eesh,
This could be a reality.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Ruthie recognized that.
Yeah,
and was able to just be like, okay, I don't want that. I'm not like, maybe she's not fully ready to just move on tomorrow, kind of thing. But she knows she will, and she has to, because she doesn't want to end up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that would be a good, like a satisfying conclusion to this. And I say that because we don't see the conclusion in this episode.
No, we don't.
Like, and I guarantee we're never going to see June Squibb again. So, like, point being, like, it's left to the audience to sort of take away from that what you will, right? And mind you, she leaves June Squibb's house, goes to dinner, has one last fantasy about Martin.
Yeah.
And then Eric's like, how about you leave him here too? You know,
Yeah.
like, let's go home, leave him here too. And I think now she doesn't have her memory box. She's left him at the restaurant. I think she's ready to like
close the book.
Begin closing the book. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's naive to think it's going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's not going to.
It can't. It can't until they have an actual closure moment, I think. But yeah, I think beyond that, like, she doesn't want to end up like June Squibb.
No, she doesn't.
You know? And she knows that
not.
now. And she sees that and she knows that now, which is like the first step, really, you know? So, yeah. God, like, my heart breaks for Ruthie. It does.
Yeah.
Like, I just so know what it's like to be that age and to just be so, you know, just like in it, where you can't see it. You can't see the perspective, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have the perspective. And you're just so in it, and it's so the end of the world.
Yeah.
And
I can definitely relate to that fantasy, though.
yeah.
I'm sure I know I've been there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's be real.
And it's dangerous, you know? Like
it is.
You know, you start like you go down that rabbit hole far enough, you start blurring the lines, you know, between like what's real and what's not, and you know, God, it's just it's a scary thing, or it can be.
It can be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fantasy is fantasy until you truly get lost in it.
That's right. Yeah. Until it becomes your reality. Like, yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Or Ruth.
I don't know. I'm optimistic for her, though.
Oh, definitely.
I have hope for her.
I can't imagine the show writing Ruthie the way that they have, you know,
up to this point, right?
Yeah,
and then
with
just
Mary
have her
or
end
Simon,
be all like sad and mopey.
Yeah, I can't see them doing that with Ruthie.
Right.
I would hope not.
No, I think Ruthie is if she's nothing if she's not resilient as fuck, and I think it would be a disservice to the canon character of Ruthie for her to end up in a place where she's sad and mopey forever.
And like, she knows what's up.
That's right.
She always knows what's up.
That's right. And you know what it is? I've been in a position recently to give somebody advice who was in a similar situation, and I keep going back to the way that I worded it in my head to that person, like, because I feel like it says it well. Like, right now for Ruthie, okay, it feels good to feel sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she wants to be a little mopey right now.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not saying she's like excited about it. And that's not what I mean when I say it feels good. I just mean like, you're like that's the mode you want to be living in right now, right? Is she wants to be crying. She wants to feel all the feelings. She wants to feel loss for him and all that stuff. Like, and so she's indulging those feelings, and there will come a point where she won't like that indulging won't feel good anymore. Yeah. And that's when she'll be over it and ready to move on. And everybody comes to that moment in their own time and in their own way. Yeah. There's no schedule on it. You know what I mean? It's different for everybody and for every relationship and whatever. And so right now it feels good to stare at her box of memories and to fantasize and cry and all that stuff. Like, she wants that. And so she's going to do those things until she gets over it. Yeah. You know?
Exactly.
And God help us, right? Like, knock wood, like, you get over it at some point. Yeah. Right? Because if you don't, then it becomes a problem. But, you know, I think eventually, with enough time, everybody gets over it. You know?
I believe so.
I don't know. So that's my 2 cents about it. Yeah. Anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so. I'm just hoping to see Sandy.
I do want to see Sandy and Martin again.
Yeah, I do too.
Even if it's just for like a moment of their little family time happening.
Yeah. I need to see it.
Yeah. I want to see that actualized.
Yeah. Or see how it ends.
Or that.
Something.
Yeah. I don't know. I worry, not worry. I think I don't see a world in which Sandy and Martin end up together.
I don't see them ending up together.
Right?
I don't.
I do see a world, though, in which they are total co-parents.
Yes.
And equally participate in this child's life. Mm-hmm. He is as present as ever. He's there for him. She's there for him.
Yeah.
They're just not together.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see all of that.
Yeah.
And fine by me, but I just want to
totally
see something
fine by
played
me.
out. Just show me
totally fine by me. But if that's going to be the case, then why can't he be with Ruthie?
Yeah.
Is my point. You know, I mean, if they're not going to be together, they got to be with somebody, right?
I know, but I guess the idea is it's messy. When you're 16 and it's like this, it's messy.
Well, sure, but it's going to be messy anyway. He's 18. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to be the stepmom. They just let them be together, you know?
You know, they don't...
it's different for Sandy because Sandy's older. So now that has a kid and she's also in her 20s or whatever, if she's gonna be in a relationship with somebody, that person's gotta recognize that they're gonna be stepdaddy kind of.
Yeah.
But for Martin, who's 18, he's got his whole future and life ahead of him. Let him date a little bit, and who cares if one of those people is Ruthie? Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. It's so crazy.
I mean, we still have how many episodes left? 6?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 7.
Okay. I don't know. A lot can happen in 7 episodes.
Oh, totally. A lot can happen in 7 episodes. Plus then 22 more. Because I don't think Martin's going anywhere. For season 11. And Ruthie's not in the entire season, but she's not there.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over till it's over.
Till the last episode
That's
of season 11.
That's right. Anything's possible.
Anything.
Like Kevin Garnett. That's a special shout out for one listener who will hear that and get it. Anyway, any other observations before we rate this sucker? Mm-mm. Okay, let's rate it.
2 thumbs up.
Nice.
It was fucked up, but I liked it. I like that the show got a little dirty. I kind of like it. They went into it. Oh, it's a fine episode.
I'm with you, girl.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think it wins precisely because it got a little dirty.
Yeah.
Annie calls Rose a witch.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
She says that witch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oof. I still can't get over Ruthie's fantasy. Fucking savage, bro.
The fantasy sequences make the episode for me. This show, this episode gets a thumb up just for those fantasy.
Yeah.
1 thumb just for that. Those fantasy sequences were everything.
Yeah. See, when it comes to throwing the baby on Simon, I was like, damn, that's savage. I like Ruthie. And more than usual. But the rest, the other ones, they broke my heart.
That last one.
Each one. They broke my heart.
That last one in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It sucks because of all the fantasy sequences, that one feels the most real. Mm-hmm. That one legit for a split second.
I'm like, is he there?
He could be there. You know what I mean? And you're just like, oh, it's God. It's just,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I hate the show for doing this to me. How dare you, stupid fucking Seventh Heaven, make me feel things and care, you know?
Apparently, we care about Martin, Ruthie, and, we like Sandy.
Yeah, I do care about Sandy.
I care about Sandy.
I care about everyone but Rose. She's the only one I don't give a fuck about.
Isn't it crazy that we're actually waiting to see her fall?
Yes. No, it's not crazy.
Why would the show do this? Why would you do this? What is the end goal here?
I don't know. The end goal better see this. I can't get into this again.
I know.
And we've said it so many times, but it's like I don't know that there is an end goal.
Yeah,
is the point.
I just can't wrap my head around it. Like,
I know.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I want now that we're talking about it? Mm-hmm. What I really want is a pep talk between Matt and Simon.
Yes. I want that so
gonna
bad.
Get through to Simon, I feel like it'll be Matt.
Yeah, Matt be like, what are you doing?
Although they've tried that though. Didn't they try that? Did they have that whole fight confrontation a few episodes back where he was like, you just want to get married to fuck people and isn't that what you did? And they all fought.
Yeah.
Remember when Kevin brought a gun into the house?
Yeah. Was that the last season?
No, I think it was this season.
This season there was a gun in the house?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, this season?
I think.
Okay. Well,
no, you're right. Because they were still living at the Camden house. You're right. That was last season.
Damn.
Wait, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because Rose wasn't in the picture at the time. It was somebody else that he was fucking.
Yeah.
That's right. It was STD scare.
It was yes. I'm like, who's he fucking?
That's right. Because we met Rose at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I always forget that we met her last season. Technically, you know. Yeah. Okay.
Psycho.
Yeah. So, anywho, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up. That's gonna do it for us, folks. This has been another episode. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on social media. Send us an email at forheavensakeshow@gmail.com. And most importantly, don't forget to help us keep the lights on at patreon.com/4 Heaven's Sake Pod. Until next time, bye.
Bye.